Alright fitness besties, let me take you through my glute dominant leg day. Today we are focusing on size, shape, and even performance for running, and it's all done in under 60 minutes. Let's break it down exercise by exercise. So we'll start with the barbell hip thrusts. We did 4 sets today, and honestly this is the king of glute growth, barbell hip thrusts. Setup can be annoying, but really focus on bracing your core, keeping your chin tucked throughout the movement. And I can post a proper form instruction video if you guys want, just let me know in the comments. The goal here is maximum glute contraction at the top of each rep. That's where most people lose tension, but that's where growth happens. This exercise isolates the glutes better than almost any other with minimal quad involvement. And it really does even help your running if you're a runner. Glutes power hip extension, which is key for sprinting and acceleration. So the stronger your glutes, the more force you can produce with each stride, and the less your hamstrings overcompensate. A couple other form tips is drive through your heels rather than your toes to maximize glute engagement, and also make sure to fully extend your hips at the top without arching your lower back, and control the descent to maintain the tension at the glutes. So when you're setting this up, you really want to place the bench so the edge hits just below your shoulder blades. This allows for proper hinging and support during the thrust. You can kind of adjust this based on what you have at your gym. Next, we've got barbell RDLs. This is a stretch-based glute builder. Form tip for these is push your hips back, not down, and keep a slight bend in your knees, spine neutral, and feel that stretch through your hamstrings and glutes. You don't need to touch the floor, and go as low as you can while still keeping full tension. Drive your hips forward using your glutes. This stretch under load creates muscle damage, which is a driver of hypertrophy, which is muscle growth. This also has a good running benefit because a strong posterior chain means better force absorption, stronger takeoffs, and most importantly, fewer hamstring injuries, especially in runners that have glute dominance. So barbell reverse lunges, this is one of my favorite glute movements. I've just personally seen a lot of glute growth from this. This is a good unilateral movement that targets your glutes through deep range of motion. You want to step back on these enough to get a vertical shin for the front leg, and keep your torso slightly forward and push through the heel to activate your glutes. This forces each glute to work independently, and it helps fix any muscle imbalances and builds better symmetry. The glutes work harder in reverse lunges compared to forward lunges because you're loading the back hip with more tension and less quad dominance. For my runners, running is essentially like a one leg effort. So when you have unilateral movements like this, it helps maintain balance, absorb shock, and it helps prevent injuries as well. So definitely incorporate some lunge variation if you're a runner. For glute growth, reverse lunges is key, and if you really want a bonus, you can do these as deficit reverse lunges. Friends, don't let friends skip calf workouts, okay? Calves might not be sexy to train, but if you're skipping them, you're missing out, and you could be setting yourself for potential injuries. So seated calf raises hit the soleus. This is a deeper muscle in your calf area, and it's heavily involved in running and endurance. So if you're a runner, or you like to hike, or really just anything functional, you really should be training your calves, okay? So you want to sit upright, go through a full range of motion, heels all the way down and all the way up. No bouncing, and you want to control every rep. So for running specifically, your stronger calves improve your push-off strength, and they're crucial for like sprinting power and to be able to run uphill. And personally, I've prevented a lot of ankle injuries by having stronger calves. Last but certainly not least is the hip abduction machine. I typically like to do this on the cables, but the cables are all taken and we don't sleep on the hip abduction machine. This one is great. So first, we're doing it seated upright and then leaning forward slightly, and I'll explain. So upright hits the glute medius. This is a side glute that helps shape your hips, and it's really important for stabilizing your pelvis. Super, super important for that glute like shape, but also more importantly, if you're running, it's really important to train this to prevent injury. Leaning forward brings more glute max into play, and this targets deeper muscle fibers most people miss. So why this matters for glute growth? A well-rounded glute comes from hitting all angles, not just thrusts and squats. This sculpts the upper and outer glutes, and it gives you that full rounded shape. Also, stronger abductors stabilize your hips during running and reduce knee valgus. So this is prone to injury if those people have this. And if you run on uneven terrain or sprint laterally, this is super important. So obviously there are other glute exercises that I love and I didn't include on here. But this is a great 60-minute workout that I currently have in my split. I also have another full body day that I incorporate some other movement patterns that I love. I'll share that with you guys as well in the future. And don't forget to subscribe if you found this helpful.